Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Jai
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Nanda Priya Narmada Devi Dasi from Charlotte, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. Number 1, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number 2, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Khanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on its meant. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Prior to that, may I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devi Dasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Edmonton, Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Cincinnati.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandiya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Mataji. Dandot pranams to you and all the devotees on this call. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna, welcome to the call, Mataji. Is this your first time joining, Mataji?
I usually join the mid-morning call, Mataji. Today I was able to join at this time. Otherwise, it's night for us, no? So that 11 o'clock call I join daily.
Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Mataji, Nanda Pranam. It's Sukakar Krishnadas from Chennai. All goes to Prabhupada, all goes to all the devotees of Bhakti Sangha, and my best wishes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sukakara Krishna Prabhuji, Dandar Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, Dandar Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Assemble devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandar Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nand Priya Narmada Mataji, Danvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Preeti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nand Priya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Virendra Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Sloka number 20. Yeah, before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Aditi Mataji to go ahead and give a brief introduction. Mataji, please take over.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. We are very fortunate to have this morning in His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji, and this is a brief introduction for him. His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji was a professional doctor prior to becoming a full-time practicing monk. For the past 20 years, he has conducted extensive research and authored books in the field of science and spirituality. He feels the rift between science and spirituality must disappear to bring peace in the world. Keshavanand Prabhuji has studied both Vedic and Western philosophy. Besides learning Sanskrit, he has also learned Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, and Kannada to know about the other tradition. His persistent endeavor in the field of science and spirituality has enabled him to come up with seminars on diverse topics like science and the Vedas, mind and machine, science fails to explain life, consciousness, and beyond, etc., that he has presented in various colleges in India, Europe, and America. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami, he has also started a Gurukula, a traditional system of Vedic education in Punjab, India, where children learn the ancient Vedic culture and values. He has also started a farm community that follows a traditional way of living with mud huts and thatched roofs and cows and, of course, farming. The community will set a model for the world to show how to live life based on the principle of simple living, high thinking. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I don't think Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, Prabhuji is on the call. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pandit pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 5th chapter, 20th sloka, Prabhuji. Yeah. Please take over.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Okay, so I think I'll just begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. My voice is clear to all of you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Fine. This is 7th canto, 5th chapter, 20th verse. Padayo patitam balam pratinandaya shishashurah. Pratinandaya ashisha asurah. Parishvajvay chiram dorbhayam paramam apa nirvrittim. When Hiranyakashipu saw that his child had fallen at his feet and was offering obeisances as an affectionate father, he immediately began showering blessings upon the child and embraced him with both his arms. A father naturally feels happy to embrace his son, and Hiranyakashipu became very happy in this way. So, I'll just begin synonyms. I'll just tell when I speak. So the idea in this verse is padayo patitam balam. This word patitam is very interesting because generally patita means fallen, and we use this word to signify that person has fallen from spiritual world. But this has many other meanings. Even when the bird flies in the sky, it is called as patitam. It has fallen into the sky. So even for flying, the word patitam is used. And even for respecting, patitam is used. Here the word patitam is used for respecting. He falls at the feet of Hiranyakashipu. So the idea in Sanskrit, this actually why I'm talking about patitam, because many of our commentators, in fact Jiva Goswami in Harinamrita Vyakaran, he has specifically taken this example of this word patitam, that the word can mean word can have many shades of meaning, and especially the same word can signify completely opposite. Patita means fallen. At the same time, patita means flying for the birds, because birds fall in the sky. So this is a classical example of this Sanskrit, where one word can signify completely opposite meanings. And that's how they said Sanskrit can make, if any tradition is there, you can use Sanskrit to prove day is night and night is day. That is there in Nyaya Siddhanta. So what I want to say, the example of this word patitam is given by Jiva Goswami to help us explain that only scholarliness in Sanskrit cannot help you understand God when it comes to commentaries and shastras. We also need devotion to really understand the matter and also the context of the matter, which gives you the real shade of the meaning of the word. We don't have to do this homework. Acharyas have done for us. But as a matter of discussion, we are talking about it. The word is used here. Padayo patitam balam. Padayo means at the feet. Bala means boy. Prahlad Maharaj, 5 years old. We always quote he's 5 years old, but he's small in age, but very big in his realizations. In fact, Prahlad, he was a boy, but he was a Mahabhagavat from the womb of his mother. His womb, Kayadhu, Hiranyakashipu's wife. When she conceived Prahlad already learned everything in the womb of his mother by the grace of Devarshi Narad. He was Balam. Balam means child, but Balam also means dear, very dear. Balam, that's used in actually Natya Shastras. They use this word Bala for a lover. So if you read Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra, or maybe Radha Krishna Gannodesh Deepika, she uses for Krishna, she uses Balam, which means very dear. So if you plug in the word very dear for Balam, that means Prahlad was very dear to Lord Vishnu. That's the idea. He's very dear to Lord Vishnu, and he falls at the feet of Hiranyakashipu. Now, you might think, well, Hiranyakashipu is a demon. Why Prahlad as a Mahabhagavat? He's falling at the feet of the demon. This is, by the way, dharma. Now, no matter whatever parents are, dharma teaches us to respect them. Prahlad, he was a devotee. And if you're a devotee, you also have to know religious principles as far as possible. A devotee has to know both of them. And in fact, the devotee naturally understands what are religious principles. It comes naturally to them because devotee is endowed with all good qualities. When Krishna says Sarv Dharman Parit, now you might say Sarv Dharman Paritachye, abandon all religious principles. But that Srila Prabhupada also writes here in the purport, Krishna is not saying to abandon all religion, because it is a Dharma Sansthapanarthaya. Krishna comes to establish religious principles. He's contradicting himself, abandon all religious principles. And by the way, if you abandon religious principles, then you become animals, and then you become animals in form of devotees. That's another problem. You can have devotees who are not humans also, but then that doesn't please God. So when Krishna says Sarv Dharan Paritajya, all the acharyas unanimously, they say that you abandon religious principles when there's a conflict between religion and devotion, only at that time. And if you don't want to take that meaning, Vallabhacharya comments that, okay, you abandon religious principles. Krishna is saying you abandon attachment to religious principles. That means don't follow religious principles just for yourself. Follow religious principles to please Krishna. Don't be attached to them. Be attached to me. Follow them to please me. That's the idea there when Krishna says, Sardharan Pratajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Abandon religious principles, surrender to me. And isn't Krishna professing religious principles in Bhagavad Gita? What is 16th chapter? Divine Demoni. Krishna is saying divine qualities. Divine qualities are the essence of religious principles. All religious principles come from good qualities in a human conduct. Otherwise, if you follow religious principles without goodness, that becomes rituals. That is a definition of rituals and fanaticism. So just like all devotional literatures are born of devotional understanding and sentiments of great acharyas, similarly, all religious principles are born of goodness of human beings. And that goodness, Krishna says, he professes that he tells Arjuna, you have all good qualities, divine qualities. So please, don't worry about that. So then when Krishna says Sardhan Paritajya, that means he's saying abandon all speculative religious principles. Prabhupada writes there. Krishna says, abandon all speculative religion. Surrender to me. I'll tell you what is religion, what is not religion. Follow me. That's the idea. So that is Balam. That is why, Prahlad Maharaj gives respect to Hiranyakashipu. Srila Prabhupada said in his morning conversations, I don't know, some commentaries, somewhere, Srila Prabhupada says we should always give respect to elders. Prabhupada says you should give respect to even Mayavadi, even if he's a Mayavadi, if they're elder to you. We don't associate with them, but as a respect, Prabhupada says you should give respect to Mayavadi simply because at least he is determined not to be involved in material life. So that's one thing. So that is why Prahlad respects Hiranyakashipu, not because he likes him or he dislikes him. he respecting his father. That's all. So he falls at the feet. Pratinandaya Ashisha. Now Hiranyakashipu gives blessing to Prahlad. That is another thing. Then he closes. Close his gate. Hiranyakashipu actually blesses Prahlad. Pratinandayam Ashisha Asura. He's Asura and he blesses his child. Now, that's one thing. Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill Prahlad. That's another thing. But a father is naturally attached to the son. I mean to say, if you read Vishnu Puran, there are incidents where Hiranyakashipu is trying to kill Prahlad, and then he's also lamenting, he's my son, I am killing him. It doesn't feel nice, so let's give one more chance. But then Prahlad again gives a lecture to Hiranyakashipu, Vishnu is supreme, and then again he flares up, and then again he wants to kill him. So he's a father and he has natural affection for his boy. So he blesses him. He says, my child, may you live long and be happy. Now he's giving these blessings, and he's the same person who tries to kill Prahlad. This is, Prabhupada says, this is called a demoniac life. They don't stand by their words. That is a demoniac civilization. They say something, do something, think something. Diplomacy. Prabhupada, I think Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita in one of his purports. So Hiranyakashipu is like that. I think Prabhupada says in this also. Actually, in Krishna book, he says Kamsa, he wanted to kill Devaki when there was announcement in the sky, this 8th child will kill Krishna. But then what happened was, but then Vasudev somehow he actually convinced Hiranyakashipu, you should not kill my wife. They were saved. They were kept in the prison. So actually, Kansa left them. But then Vasudev knew that we can't rely on the words of Kamsa. Even if he leaves us, he can come back again and imprison us. And that happened. Why Prabhupada says why Vasudev knew? Because he knew that he's a demon and there's no integrity in the words of demons and we can't rely on them. And that's what happened. He came and imprisoned Devaki afterwards. First he left them and he assured Vasudev, Devaki, no problem, because Vasudev promised 8th child I'll give. And Vasudev was known to be very truthful, so he relied upon him. He sent them to the home, but Vasudev was very apprehensive. Prabhupada comments there. So he says, may you live long, be happy. But when Prahlad disturbed Hiranyakashipu by saying Vishnu is supreme, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, he got really mad and he changed his stance and he said, okay, now I'll kill him. That is called Asura. Asura word is coming in Sanskrit. Some say Sura means heavenly wine. Some say Sura means demigods who drink heavenly wine, Somras. And Asura is who have no access to Somras. Some say this understanding. But the real understanding of Asura is Sura means sur from sing song, Sura. Sur rag, lay, tal comes from song, Sura. So that doesn't mean that demigods are always singing. Down and below the earth, they're also singing their own songs. But the idea is song is always related to philosophy. Baldev Vidyabhushan writes, Parokshvat. So just like Bhagavad Gita is a song. Now Gita is song, but we don't sing it. We can sing it, but it's not singing. It's philosophy. Philosophy is always referred to as a song when it's a deep philosophy. Just like philosophers are called Kavi. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyam. Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna says you are the original philosopher. Why philosophers are called Kavi? Because song and a poet, when a poet speaks, he speaks in many layers. He doesn't speak literally. A song gives you many shades of meaning. One sentence gives you many shades of meaning. That's a song. That's called Parokshvat. That's called depth. So Sura means song. Song means they have the philosophy of Vishnu with them, all demigods. They're expert at it. And that's why they are called Suras. And Asuras, they don't have philosophy of God, of Vishnu. That's why they are called as Asura. So Hiranyakashipu was Asura. He knew Vishnu, but he didn't have philosophy of Vishnu. He knew Vishnu, but he considered him as a demon. He really didn't understand Vishnu. Who is Vishnu? Vasudevam Sarvamiti. No conception. That's why Hiranyakashipu asked, is your God there in the pillar? Prahlad says, okay, yes. And to prove the words of his devotee, Lord came out of the pillar. So Parishwajye Chiram Dor Bhayam. And he embraced Prahlad with his two arms, Dor Bhayam. Paramam Apa Nirvrittim. And Apa Nivrittim. Nivrittim means he was free of all anxieties and very happy to embrace Prahlad. Father naturally feels happy to embrace his son, and Hiranyakashipu became very happy in this way. So, what this shows? This shows that being attached to your own child that can be demoniac, that can be, I mean to say, it's not applaudable. People think, attachment from mother to the child is so applaudable, so holy. It's not necessary. Hiranyakashipu is also attached to the child. In fact, attachment to your own self or attachment to people who belong to you, this is all asuric. Devotees take care of the family members, but they're attached to Krishna. They take care of the family members, thinking that these are souls who have to be taken care, to be nurtured, so that they can surrender to Krishna. That's how it goes. So, oh, actually, I have to read the next verse also, or what? Because this isn't a purport. Oh, this is a verse 7520. Okay, anyway, I'll just speak on this. No problem. So that's the whole. That is one thing. Attachment of mother and child, attachment of child to parents. That's so much glorified in this material world. Matri bhav, pitri bhav. But in the eyes of Bhagavatam, that's not applauded. That's okay. But if person is too much into this, and if a person is, and because of that, Bhokta Ramya, sorry, what's that? So what's that verse? Bhoga Ishwarya Prasakta Nam. Too much attachment, Prasakta Nam. Taya Prita Chetasam. Too much attachment to your own people, which makes you forget about God. That is wrong. That happens with that is not at all applaudable.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So, yeah.
Sorry, today we were supposed to cover 20 and 21, Prabhuji. I forgot
Yeah,
to
that's what I was thinking. Was no purpose.
mention.
Okay, I'll go forward. No problem. So then what happened next? Hiranyakashipu did this. Then Narad Muni continued. And 21st verse, Narad Muni says, Aropyankam avagraye murdhani ashru kalam bhubhi asinchan vikasat paktram idam aha yudhishthira. Narad Muni continued, my dear King Yudhishthira, Hiranyakashipu seated Prahlad Maharaj on his lap, began smelling his head, with affectionate tears gliding down from his eyes, and moistening the child's smiling face, he spoke to his son as follows. If the child or disciple falls at the feet of the father of spiritual master, superior responds by smelling the head of subordinate. Now, smelling the head, this is we don't do nowadays. We don't smell the head of a child. This was an old gesture to express love. But I mean to say, nowadays, if a child comes, you might kiss them, and that you can do. But previously, the idea is that Hiranyakashipu was expressing his love for Prahlad Maharaj. With affection, started weeping. There's so much love. These are tears of joy that Hiranyakashipu is expressing. He spoke to his son as follows. You see the point there? He is so much attached to his child, and the same person wants to kill his child by any means. Such a drastic change, such a flip of consciousness, isn't it? Suddenly, one moment ago, he's weeping for his child with joy. But the next moment, he wants to kill him. This is what is, yeah. So this is what demons are. This is what is materialistic civilization. This is what is demonic life is. So, Srila Prabhupada says we can't rely on demons. Srila Prabhupada says, Srila Prabhupada says that we can't rely on demons. We can't rely on people. We can't, because why we can't rely? Because they are attached to their own self, or they are attached to people who belong to them. Their own self, aham or mameti, or people who belong to them. So That's the idea. And because of attachment to this material world, people become blind. It makes you blind. Makes you blind to truth. Attachment. Dhritarashtra, it is said he was not only blind through his eyes, but he was also blind through his intelligence. Why? Because Dhritarashtra, he was blind, that he couldn't see that Duryodhana is a cause of all destruction, and whenever Duryodhana used to come in front of him, he used to forget everything because he was his child. He even knew what's happening with him. He told Vidur, but I know this Duryodhana is bad and he's nonsense. He should be rejected. But what can I do? When he comes in front of me, then I forget everything, and and so I just flow with him, and I just flow with that, and then I forget everything, all the truth. So that's what Dhritarashtra said. He had the insight that he's wrong, but he couldn't help it out. He was attached. He was bonded. So that's the idea. Attachment makes you blind, and that's why Krishna says, "Asanga shastrena dridena chitva." He says, with the weapon of detachment, sword of detachment, cut this tree of your own karmas. Cut this tree of bondage. Because as soon as we become detached, we will start seeing the truth. You see, you see any boy who is attached to the girl, he will want to marry the girl in spite of the fact all the society and his relatives, his parents will say, this girl is not good. Now so I have a live example of this. One girl was there, and so they were not devotees, of course. I'm just giving a mundane example. Now this girl was very beautiful. Now this boy wanted to marry that girl. but that girl's mother, she came and told the boy that my girl is a maniac, she's psychiatric patient, don't marry. But nevertheless he married. Now you see the point. If the mother is telling first-hand information, and then he should have accepted, but no, he was blind by the beauty of that girl. So attachment makes you blind. That's why whole Bhagavad Gita is actually hell bent. Whole Bhagavad, all Shastras, they're actually again and again responding, again and again commanding us to become detached, vairagya, asanga shastrena, become detached. Because attachment and spirituality will not go together. We can read theory, we can read books, but if you're attached, you will not be able to see anything. You can understand, but you'll not be able to visualize and see things in reality. So that is why you see Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he was illiterate and later he became blind. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who was such a scholar, whenever he has some confusion, he used to either come to Jagannath Das Babaji or he used to come to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Now why is that? Because Gaur Kishore Babaji, Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye. Gaur Kishore Babaji was an emblem of detachment, was a statue of detachment. So although he was illiterate, because he was detached, he could understand everything, even without reading. Now a big scholar is coming to him to ask doubts, and whatever answer is giving, that's perfect. And when Bhaktivinoda Thakur checks the answers with Shastras, it is beyond, and I'm to say it is beyond proof, It is perfect answer. Now how Gaur Babaji knows? Sakshat Vairagya Murti. That's a detachment. So that is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur even goes to this extent in Jaiv Dharma. He says that in his book Jaiv Dharma, he says that one need not even read books. In fact, he says, not by reading books you don't get devotion. You get devotion. From devotion comes books, not from books comes devotion. He goes to this extent of saying, this doesn't mean we don't read books. But the idea is that when we read books, we get some idea of how to practice devotion. And when we do devotion, then we automatically realize what is written in the books. And then we might get many other realizations. And when we get realizations, then we come back to these books to check whether our realizations are correct or not. I mean to say, you yourself will actually get many realizations when we practice spirituality by following scriptures nicely. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to say that the system is not that you read books and then get realizations. He says you get realizations by practicing, and then you counter check from books whether those are correct or not. Initially, you may have to read books, you get some knowledge, and then you get some realizations. But as you advance, then you get realizations, and then you counter check from books. So from devotion comes books at a higher level. At our level, okay, from books, devotion is there. And you advance from devotion comes books. All Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs, what are those? Those are books, no? From where did it come? From the heart of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, from his devotion. That's on higher platform. So that's the whole point of these two verses. And I think Sukadeva Goswami has included this whole incident. So Sukadeva Goswami would not, he would not have even included this. Hiranyakashipu embracing Prahlad and weeping. This was not required. Prahlad, he would have simply said, Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill Prahlad. And then Prahlad was saved, and this is what he said. His words, Prahlad, what he spoke, whatever he spoke. But he included, Sukadeva Goswami included this in this particular, he included this snapshot of Hiranyakashipu putting Prahlad in his lap and then weeping. He included this. Why did he include this? To actually show that what are mundane sentiments and what are spiritual sentiments. Now, to external observer, Hiranyakashipu seems very good father, isn't it? He's taking child on his lap and weeping also, giving him blessings. He's a good man. But well, you can't judge people like that, isn't it? Because later we know he's a demon. He wants to kill. He's anti-Vishnu. If Prahlad would not have spoken against Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu would have been very nice to Prahlad, and Prahlad would have become the next king. That's all. So the idea is we have to have ability to distinguish between mundane sentiments and spiritual sentiments. Now, in this world, we might meet many good people. This kind of person, if you go to somebody's house and if he takes the child on his lap and weeps, you might say such a good man, he takes care of his child and he's so attached, but not necessarily. So we should not be confused by externalities of person. We should be able to see in the heart of the person and through the eyes of philosophy. Now, when we look in the heart of Hiranyakashipu through the eyes of philosophy, we see that the philosophy of his life is to kill Vishnu. Simple. And if that thing is the base, the foundation is wrong, then everything becomes useless. Then there's no point. If the seed is wrong, seed is bad, the whole plant is bad, isn't it? The fruits are bad. So right there, when we look in the heart of Hiranyakashipu, the seed is wrong. So all his sentiments are wrong. It's all mundane. It has no value. That is called spiritual vision. Otherwise, we can very easily become confused in this material world. What is good, what is bad? And we'll keep on speculating. But a simple definition is anything not connected to Krishna, even if it looks good, it is bad. Anything not connected to Krishna, even if it is piety, it is sin. Anything which is connected to Krishna, even it is sin, it is pious. Bhagavad Gita. To kill one's guru is a sin. But because Arjuna was doing on the orders of Krishna, it became dharma. So that is what is spiritual vision. Prahlad, Sukadeva Goswami, that's why he gives this particular incidents to help us understand what is spiritual vision, what is material vision, what is mundane, what is spirituality. And also he wants to develop our discriminatory power. And he's saying, don't judge people by the external sentiments. You can get easily confused. Many people might have very good sentiments. Many people might have many people can be very nice, but they can be completely atheistic people. And we can't associate with them. And we should not associate with them, even though they are very good, they are very positive in life. You see, that happens. They are very positive. No, positivity doesn't mean that you are a devotee or you can be relied upon. People who say be positive in life, when the time comes, they can become very negative. When things come on them, then they can become very negative, which is very relative. Only a devotee of Krishna has a particular stand in life. Why? Because he's connected to God. And God gives strength to a devotee to stand on a particular position, to take a stance in life. And that is why you see many Christians, they died for Christ, isn't it? They were tortured and they died. When missionary Christians, but they never left Christ. Prahlad, he was tortured, but he never left Vishnu. It didn't change his stance. He was a devotee. But Hiranyakashipu changed his stance, isn't it? He blessed Prahlad, may you live long. And then he wants to kill Prahlad. What is this? He changed his stance. Prahlad didn't, out of fear. Srila Prabhupada says, if you change your stance out of fear, that is in mode of passion. Renunciation in mode of passion. Out of fear, you're changing your opinion. Hiranyakashipu changed his opinion out of fear. He wanted to kill Prahlad. He judged Prahlad is having intense power, more than him. He told Prahlad, from where your power is coming, I can't kill you. I, Hiranyakashipu, who has conquered demigods. Small boy, I can't kill you. Some power is behind you. So he was fearful. He changed his stance out of fear. Kill him. Prahlad was not fearful. He said, no, I told Vishnu is supreme. Even if you call me, if you want to kill me, okay. Still I'll tell you Vishnu is supreme. Surrender to him. So devotees of Lord, that's why they are fearless. Non-devotees are full of fear. Because bhayam dvitya vinimishita syat. Because they are not connected to Vishnu. That's the whole point. Okay, so I think I'll end up there. Any questions? Anybody wants to ask anything? I don't want to. These are some verses. I don't want to really stretch it out unnecessarily. Any questions?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. As usual, it was a very short and sweet class, I should say. So it was how we have to be fearless and how we should be detached with the outside world. So very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And we have raised hands. Yes, Prahladanand Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Pranam Mataji, and then Pranam Prabhuji, everyone. Prabhuji, I have one question which I wondered. Prahlad Maharaj told Hiranyakashipu to start with that Hitvatma Patam Gruhamandakupam Vanam Gatam Yadharim Masre. And he himself got married later on, entered Grustha. So I was wondering why this kind of thing has happened. So is there any explanation about that, Prabhuji?
Can you repeat, Prahlad? What's that?
He said that Hitvatma Patam Gruhamandakupam Vanam Gato Yadharim Masre. So he said this Gruham is Andakupam. And he himself became Gruhastha because he had the son.
No, he didn't become Griha. Vishnu asked him to marry.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
He didn't want to marry, but Vishnu told that you become a king and a king should have a wife.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, Shukakar Krishna Prabhu, please go ahead.
Thank you, Anita
Shukakar
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Anita Mataji. Thank you. Thank you, Keshavanand Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam Prabhu. Prabhu, you told about Asanga Sastena Dredena Chitwa, that we have to cut with the weapon of Shastra or Shastra, both. That the Shastras, we use the Shastra and cut. So, See, this detachment is not only this wealth and women and all, it also does it include the attachment for family and everything. That means we should be totally be Krishna conscious and only Krishna and nobody else. We should not be able to, we should not have any attachment for anything till we die. Then only we can go back to Godhead.
Yeah, that's true. But that's difficult, but that's what Krishna is looking for. But that will happen only when we become attached to Krishna, then we will become detached to everything. It doesn't happen that we become detached and then we become attached. First we become attached. The more we become attached to Krishna, the more we become detached to this material world. Because we start comparing. When we start knowing Krishna, we start knowing good and the best. Then we automatically hate when we relate to this Krishna, when we relate this material world to Krishna, then material world automatically looks nonsense. So that relativeness is required, a comparison between God and this material world. Then we become detached. That's how it goes.
That means by spending more time on Krishna consciousness, by reading, chanting, and not having any attachment with the material world. But for preaching, we have to be with them. We have to see that they also come. So that is not attachment. It is a jeev there. If you are trying our best to bring people who are
That's
not
our duty.
getting
That's our duty.
compassion.
That's our duty. Yeah. That's not attachment. Many Mahajanas, they preached, they were not attached. Madhvacharya even says you should not even be attached to your own guru. He goes to this extent, not too much attachment to your guru. You take instructions from him and advance. That is real service to guru. But being attached to guru and then not following instructions and being attached, that is not a good idea.
That becomes sentimental.
Yeah, that becomes sentimental.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you for your wonderful answer.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Sundari Gopika Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna.
It's a very nice class. Prabhuji, like you talk about Vairagya, last point. So, Prabhuji, it's very hard in like a grest life, how to like develop Vairagya, detachment to like relatives.
No, it's not. I mean, see, the point is, in trust life, you naturally will be attached to your husband and child. That's no problem. But that attachment should not overshadow your attachment to Krishna. That's attachment to Krishna should be much more than attachment to this material world. Then that's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, Prabhuji, you were saying attachment to Krishna should be more than attachment to the family. But there it comes the detachment, right? So, when we go more towards, and we get a detachment from this material world. So, but what happens is then we don't mingle well with the family. So, how to balance that, Prabhuji?
No, that is, you're right. I mean to say that is initial stages, but later as we advance, then we become clever. That's what I can say. And then we know how to adjust things, I mean to say, in Krishna consciousness also sometimes you have to play around, have two faces. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, hide your detachment. Don't express it. Srila Prabhupada also says in one of his morning walks interviews, Prabhupada says, yeah, you can say to your wife, I love you externally, but inside, you love Krishna more than your wife, much more. And so even in this material world, we do this, isn't it? Even in this material world, we have so many faces. Like in front of father, we are different. In front of wife, we are different. In front of boss, we are different. Similarly here, we have to We have to know how to cleverly navigate in this material world. That's how it goes. So relatives, yeah, they come, you can treat them nicely, you can be okay. At the same time, in the heart, well, I don't have to be attached to them. And I don't have to spend much time with them. Then think of some excuses. This, blah, 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 blah. So if a relative wants to come, you can say, oh, actually, I like you, let's have party. I want to be with you. You can go for dinner. But, oh, sorry, I have some very important appointment. And so actually in the evening, I have to go to gym, my gym stuff is there. You don't tell them I have some puja or temple. That's cleverness. Like that.
Okay. Okay, so the dual face should be there for the inside and the outside world.
Yeah, otherwise how we'll navigate, how we can't live in this material world.
But I also have one more follow-up question, Prabhuji. So, like, even being devotees, it is not meant that we don't have feelings. We also have so many feelings. And when it comes to, like, when we get angry on something, immediately the comment will be like, you are worshipping, you are doing all these pujas and all, and you are a devotee. Then why you are getting angry? The comment from the outside world, it comes like that. So, how to see this and how to handle this, Prabhuji?
Well, I mean to say, you can tell them I am becoming angry because still I have not become a devotee. I'm trying to be a devotee. I'm not saying I'm a devotee, so I'm trying to conquer anger, but I have not. Sorry for that. And I'll try. Just admit I'm not a devotee. That's all. Finish.
Okay.
They'll be happy. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's all. Because they will never understand that that anger is not bad. It has to be applied to in a proper place. They'll always say, don't be angry. Even if we become angry on people who are atheist, they will say, no, why are you becoming angry, isn't it? Just like Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was saying atheist rascals. Why are you saying rascals? Well, they are, Krishna says. But they will never understand. So why to argue with them? Tell them we are not devotee, what to do. We are still in lust and anger. So this happened, when I'm on his train, I was just sleeping, and one man he was sleeping upstairs on the seat. So he said, so I was speaking something. I was becoming angry to some did a stupid mistake. Little bit only. So he was saying, you're not a devotee. What kind of devotee you are? You are chanting God's name, but you're becoming angry. And he didn't understand. So then I told, so I told him, oh, thank you, Actually, I should not be angry. I'm not a devotee. I'm trying to be devotee. So then he couldn't speak anything. He was just saying, okay. He said, okay. I said, okay, thank you. He slept. That's what I see. Yeah, cleverness. That's the way.
Yeah, that immediate point is you're chanting every day, and why you're getting angry? Why you want to get angry? So what is the use of chanting? So that's how the people outside world they ask. So it's really very tough to reply to them. So that what is the reply for this, Prabhuji? I just want to go
No. Just tell them that chanting is powerful, but I am not chanting properly.
Okay.
My mind is going here and there. That's why it's not working. But my dear sir, if you can chant nicely, then you will see the result. But I am a useless person. I can't chant. What to do? I'm practicing. The day when I'll chant properly, then you will see anger will vanish.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That is a very practical tip which you have given. So we have, I think, one more hand raise is there. Yeah, Srinivas Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my question is that, Prabhuji, about you said in the class about reading books. So reading books will increase our conviction and faith in Lord. And then you said, it will also, by doing devotional practices, we'll get higher realizations. So as we advance in our spirituality, so till what extent we should rely on books, till what extent we should read books, and then we should
No, we should read.
read?
We should not read books. We should live books.
Okay.
Whatever you read, apply it. Even if we read less, apply it.
Prabhuji is got frozen or what?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Okay.
I can't hear you, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji has got frozen. Prabhuji, please
Frozen.
wait for. Maybe he will
It's
come.
like
Back.
is not good.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
So,
Prabhuji. We lost
sorry,
Hare
Prabhuji. We can't hear. We can't
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
you,
You
Prabhuji.
heard me. So what I was telling,
No,
don't read books. I was telling apply books. Don't read them. So you read them,
Oh.
apply in your life, realize those points, and then we'll get satisfied. Then we'll automatically get the answer to what extent we should read.
Okay. And you also said about after reading, then we can also, once we get these realizations, then we can counter check in the books what is there in. So how we can do that, Prabhuji? How to
Yeah,
counter
yeah, we
check in
can.
the
I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever realizations you have, you will get by chanting and living. Then you counter check. Then you try to search in books the evidence for that. And if we can't search, then we can we should ask some devotees, and they will tell you, okay, this realization is right because Krishna says this and this Bhagavatam says. But we have to counter check. Otherwise, that can be a Maya also.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Princey Kumar, Prabhuji.
Prince Kumar.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna. What?
Yes, Prabhuji, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji, I see myself as a animal having a Vaishnava outlook. And in my I have been in devotion for last 4 years, and I have done many quarrels with parents to do devotion full time, but unable to do it till now. And when I think of following dharma, then I saw myself as becoming a grihastha and having a family doing devotion. The question is it a trick of mind or is it okay?
I don't know what's the question. I can't even understand the question.
Prabhuji, can you come again with your question?
Prabhuji, when you said that we should follow dharma, we should not abandon dharma, otherwise we will become animal.
No, yeah.
But
So okay, I understood. You see the point. We should always respect our parents, no matter whatever decision you take in life. That's all. So you should change your mentality. You can respect, but you might not accept their opinion. But we have to respect them. That's all. And then try to pray to Krishna to give you a way. But don't disrespect them. That will be bad.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Then Ishopanishad Mataji.
Hi, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Dhanavad. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I really appreciate you bringing to the attention of hiding your attachments. I really can resonate with that. But I've just by you mentioning that, I see that I still have an attachment more for my family and friends than I have for Krishna. Although I've been practicing Krishna consciousness, I just can't seem to still have this. I want to have love for Krishna like I have for my family, for my children. And that's very hard. That's very complicated. And it makes me feel bad that I don't. So cleverly navigating this, I just have to continue to practice, just continue to chanting and just be more sincere. But that was very relevant about what you said about hiding your attachment. So thank you very much. Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Ramesh Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Keshavanand, Prabhu. Thank
Hare
you so much.
Krishna.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. You look very tired, so I'm going to keep the questions short. My question, Prabhuji, is how do you internalize the instructions that you get from books? Like any tips you would give?
Well, you have to start. That's what I told you. You just have to start living it in your life. You have to apply it in your life. Application. Now you might say how to apply. So that's where the role of senior devotees is there. Who will show you how to apply that. Srila Prabhupada said the process is easy, but the application is difficult. Prabhupada said this. So easy, chant Hare Krishna and we have. It's so difficult at the same time. We all know, we practice so long time. So what's the problem? Application. So how to apply it, that's the main question. And that if that's why there's guru, devotees. Otherwise, process is mentioned in the books. Books are there, we can all read books on Google, internet, and be happy, and that doesn't help. And that's the same with materialistic knowledge. If you want to become doctor, there are books, on the net. There are courses you can take, but you need a teacher. Teacher will tell you how to apply the book knowledge. Otherwise, it's a bookish knowledge. So that's what. And if there are no devotees, then pray to Krishna to show you how to apply. And he will show you in your particular life. Different people are different life.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. So can I just, Mataji,
Yes.
I have another class. I have another class. So I
Oh, you
just want
have
to.
class today. There were questions in the chat box.
Yeah,
Also.
but
It's fine. It's
yeah.
fine. No issue. Hare Krishna, because every time you give us so much time for question and answers,
Yeah.
and we really enjoy that actually. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. So dear
Okay.
devotees, so Prabhuji is having some other commitments at this point of time. So please excuse us, and you can save your questions for next week when Prabhuji comes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
asks
yeah.
those questions. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. So with your
Thank
permission, we
you.
can end the call here. Devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhu.
Vancha
Kalpatarubhasha, Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo